I've had the privilege over the years of having the opportunity to speak on many different programs. I've spoken at just about every dental conference in North America. And the process of doing that, I've had the opportunity to meet many, many, many mentors, through that process. And one of the characteristics that I've learned, the mentors that I've had a chance to rub shoulders with are absolutely passionate about what they do. Their passion just comes out of every pore. I think of Dr. David Hornbrook in the world of cosmetic dentistry. And if any of you have taken a course from David Hornbrook, you know what I'm talking about. And the other characteristic that I know about, these people that could be your mentors, they truly love engaging with other dentists and passing along their wisdom and sharing what they've learned. And they're very passionate about it, and they will spend time with you if you're in their circle, they will spend time with you to help you shortcut all the things they had to learn by the school of hard knocks. So if you haven't already thought about being intentional about your CE, it's time to get really intentional about your CE. So I'm going to just talk about randomly, in no particular order. I'm going to talk about some of the people that I think are absolutely amazing. At the risk, of course, of not having enough time here to name everyone. I won't hit everyone here for sure. But for example, if you're really interested, I'll start with cosmetic dentistry. If you're really interested in cosmetic dentistry, I would absolutely direct you to the courses that David Hornbrook gives. David and his team give courses. Go to davidhornbrook.com and you'll see his courses. He has live patient courses where you go to Utah, you bring a patient. Over the course of 2 weekends, you do a 10-unit upper anterior porcelain veneer case. His co-director in that course is another individual that I count as a mentor, Dr. Mark Montgomery. David calls his cosmetic courses functional aesthetics, because you have to pay attention to occlusion, not just the appearance of those teeth. You got to pay attention to occlusion. So they kind of have a divide and conquer format there, where Mark teaches the occlusion component of that course, and David teaches the cosmetic portion of that course. They co-teach together. Dee Reed, a longtime friend of mine, is part of their team. Another wonderful person that you should consider as a mentor is Dee Reed. In the world of complex restorative dentistry, maybe you'd like to advance your restorative skill. Maybe your patient base is getting older and you're finding more complex needs, not just the everyday stuff. Where would you go to learn how to do complex restorative dentistry? I'm going to name 3 resources that I think are fantastic. The Pankey Institute in Key Biscayne, Florida. I have a bias. I'll declare my bias here. I'm on faculty at Pankey. I had the privilege of meeting Dr. Pankey very early in my career, made such a massive influence on me. I was very honored to be invited to join their faculty, and I teach as part of the faculty. I spend about 7 weeks a year teaching the business and behavioral components at the Pankey Institute. Pankey would be a great place for you to go. There's a series of courses. They call them their Essentials Continuum. There's 4, E1, E2, E3, E4. Each one's a week long, and you take those, and each one builds on the previous one. By the time you complete E4, you have a very refined skill set to do complex restorative dentistry. To be fair, there are other places, Spear Education here in Scottsdale, named after Dr. Frank Spear. They're doing some amazing work in complex restorative dentistry. Spear is great. They also have a really good online curriculum of clinical courses, an online library that's also very, very good. I would also like to point out John Coyce, the work that Dr. Coyce is doing in Seattle, another great place to go to do complex restorative dentistry. I also like to just name Gary DeWood, Dr. Gary DeWood. Many of you will recognize that name. Gary's a friend. Gary's doing some amazing things and helping doctors master the world of complex restorative dentistry. Write down these names. I know most of you are driving when you're listening to this, but maybe you want to re-listen to this back at your desk and write down some of these names. Leanne Brady is our director at the Pankey Institute. And Leanne is just one of my favorite people in the world. She's not only a brilliant clinician, she's an amazing human being. Anytime you have an opportunity to take a course from Leanne Brady, you'd be very, very, very well served. I'll keep going in other areas too. I believe the Academy of General Dentistry does some very cool things. I appreciate their tracks and their programs that they have. You can earn your fellowship in the AGD. You can earn a mastership in the AGD. Oftentimes, they're organized around local or regional study groups where all of the study group are working towards fellowship or mastership. A great way to get a really good foundation in a variety of general dental services as well. I also really appreciate the work that AACD, the American Academy of Cosmetic Dentistry, is doing. Great work there. If you're interested in cosmetic dentistry, I would strongly encourage you to become accredited by the AACD. There's only about 400 accredited members in the United States. It's rarefied air. It's not easy to get, but it would be certainly worth your time and effort. Another association that I like an awful lot is the American Association of Oral Systemic Health, AOSH, AAOSH, American Association of Oral Systemic Health. Great work that they do. They have a national conference as well. Implants, if you're interested in implants, placing and restoring or just restoring implants, there's some great places to go. Justin Moody, a longtime friend of mine, runs a terrific program called Implant Pathway. Great way to learn about dental implants. And if that's of interest, Arun Garg, another mentor. If you like the world of implants, Arun Garg is absolutely as talented as they come in the world of dental implants. On the behavioral side, on the learning about the people side of dentistry, I'll recommend some mentors. Of course, my friend Paul Henny. Become a member of the Bob Barkley Study Club. That would be a great way for you to enhance your knowledge about the behavioral side of dentistry. Come out and take some of our workshops on co-discovery. I co-teach those with Paul Henny, but Paul would be one. Another one is Mary Osborne. Mary Osborne is a brilliant authority in the behavioral side of dentistry. Mary is another very dear friend and someone that would be a great mentor to all of you. Incidentally, every year, Leanne Brady, Mary Osborne, and Joan Undershoot do a great course in August every year called Leadership and Legacy. Leadership and Legacy would be a great place for you to go if leadership is something that you would like to work on. Well, at the risk of leaving many out, I wanted to name some names. And hopefully I've inspired you to seek out some of the experts that I've named and get into their sphere of influence. Oh, one more site that I would encourage you to take a look at is Restorative Nation. RestorativeNation.com. Restorative Nation is a website that was developed by Leanne Brady and her team. And there's just a massive amount of clinical content, very affordable. It's an inexpensive monthly membership fee, very good way to enhance sophisticated knowledge in a very affordable format. And of course, because it's on video, you can just keep watching it until you get it. So RestorativeNation.com would be another really good place to go. Another like community. Dentistry is a collection of tribes. Find your tribe. Find the clinical areas that interest you, and then find the authorities in that area and seek them out. Get on their mailing list, get on their email list, take courses given by them, buy the books that they've written. And next thing you know, your acceleration will be like on a rocket. You'll be appreciative in the same way that Bob Barkley was. Well, Naren, I know we have some great questions coming up in the Q&A segment. But for now, let me bring it back full circle. Who are your mentors? How intentional are you being about advancing your career? I believe that as you work through both of those questions, you'll be eternally grateful for that result, for sure.